Every day, we're sending each other WhatsApp messages. Every single day.
Yeah.
Then he ends up coming over here. When was it? Like April of last year?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was all fun. After 2 months, I hated the guy. Hey, why are you wearing an undershirt?
So you don't see my stomach, man.
Yeah.
You always have a little brown on your nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm Christian. Obviously, you know HookahJohn. He asked me to come by today just to have a chat, talk about some shit. Looking to have a bit of fun. So, yeah, thank you for having me.
Well, thanks for coming, Christian, first of all. Could you kind of like build up what this is going to be about in the sense that because I've done interviews before and there's a reason why I asked you to do this.
Yeah. So, we're not really going to talk about hookah a lot. I'll throw in a couple things here and there just for people to rehash their memories, you know, whatever it may be. But we're looking to, like I said, just have some fun. Anything goes, pretty much, I hope.
Okay, let me tell people what's really going on here.
Okay.
So I asked you specifically, right? I want to do an interview that's not like every other interview where they ask, what?
It's not really an interview.
It's not really an interview. It's going to be a chat because Christian is a very good friend of mine. And he comes by and this is a guy's place, all right? It's a warehouse. We talk about just men topics all the time, right? And there's some things that we just can't replicate in a video. And then I get these other videos, and God bless the people who have asked me to do interviews, and they'll ask me like, all right, we're going to take some questions now. What's HookahJohn's favorite hookah flavor?
Right.
All right. What got you into hookah? It's like the history's out there. We know that. Let's talk about now, today, here and now. What's going on? And another thing that I want to bring up to everyone is that I asked Christian, do not tell me what the questions are. Just don't make them. I had some rules. Don't offend my audience or ask me to do something that would offend my audience. It's a very diverse group, so I can't be like everything that we say here in the warehouse. And I won't give like I said, that's it. Just don't offend the audience. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Other than that, let's have fun with this. Let's go. What did you
Definitely.
prepare? Yeah, I don't see a list. I asked him earlier. I go, how many questions did you bring? He said 10. I'm like, 10?
Yeah, like a week and a half.
We're going to do... Yeah, I gave him like a...
You know, they're 10 very good questions. I took the entire week and a half to prepare for it.
Okay.
Naturally. So, I mean, first one, let's just get it out of the way. Smoking some hookah. What do you have in your bowl?
What have I been rambling on for the last 5 minutes about? Who cares what's in my bowl? It's hookah tobacco.
Okay, that's
All
a
right.
start.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a start.
By the way, hey, didn't we say we got these coffee cups here? They're empty. Can I get some coffee over here, please?
Coffee!
Coffee would be
Coffee
great.
here. That would be, of course, it'd be great. What kind of interview is this if we don't have any coffee in here?
Need some pep in our step.
Are we pepping our step? Are we going to edit this out? Look at that dripping all over the place.
He said like Denny's.
Like Denny's. Yeah. All right, that's great. Here, have a little confidence when you're pouring it. Don't. Yeah, go, pour. There you go. No. You got to drip.
You got to grip it tight.
No, it's not that. All right, thank you for your services. All right, you are dismissed now. All right.
All right, thank you. No, all right, so you got into this industry when you were how many years old?
Dude. All right.
Just
First of all, do you have a
me.
list?
Follow me.
Follow you?
Yeah.
If I have to do some math, about 12 years, 47, 35 years old.
35, okay. So you're at the age now where you've had a couple fingers in the butt, yeah?
Repeat that?
You're at the age now where you've been able to experience a finger or two in your rear, yeah?
This is a HookahJohn interview.
Yeah.
That's what you want to ask.
Yeah.
All right.
I can tell you kind of enjoy it. Tell me about the experience.
All right. I didn't think you were going to stump me with that. All right. That's a fair question, I guess. But I think it'd be a little too lewd to discuss with anyone. And I'll tell you what, it has not happened in the last 20 years, so that means it never happened. How about that?
Fair enough. You know, we like to go to Vegas, right? We're all guys.
We do, yeah.
What are some of your favorite Vegas stories? Hookah related or not hookah related?
Okay, well, I'll keep them semi-hookah related in the sense that walking through, I don't know if you were there this time, but the cameraman was walking through, and we were at a table playing, me and one of the guys, and then our cameraman was there too, and he's all of a sudden, he's got his hand on the other guy's shoulder, and he pukes in his mouth.
Oh no!
And then drops it everywhere. We're in a nice casino. I forget which one, but one of the nicer ones. And then he even touched a guy on the shoulder on the way out. We're walking with him. We're trying to hold him.
His puke can.
His puke can. And then we're walking, trying to hold his arms around our shoulders, and he's still puking while we're walking away. We're trying to get out of there.
Shit.
And that's when I lost my glasses too. At that time, right? I had these glasses.
Lost them twice that same trip.
I've lost them twice. I had to go back to the casino where this happened, which we were not staying in. Call their security, go back and pick them up, and I mean that's one of them. There's so many Vegas stories though.
Yeah. What is your favorite casino?
I like the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas. It's kind of
Classy?
hip and fresh. It's not super classy. Like some people like say, oh, I only go, like real bougie people.
Yeah.
I only go to the Wynn and Encore and all that. I'm like, yeah, it's a little too stuffy for me. Cosmo is fun.
They have that big old chandelier, right?
The chandelier,
Yeah,
the
the
chandelier
bar
bar.
Yeah.
And they play pretty hip music, and it's just a lively atmosphere, which I love. And I love the steakhouse in there, SDK, because
That
they
is
actually,
great,
they have a DJ. We've done that before. They
Yeah.
have a DJ spinning while you're having a steak and a bottle of wine. It's
An old
amazing.
friend of mine actually used to be the events coordinator of STK, and I didn't figure that out until it was too late. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
It's the perfect time.
Opportunity missed.
What events do they have? It's a steak restaurant. You
Yeah.
go in, you order food,
Right,
you eat.
exactly.
All right, they got a DJ. I'm happy with that. They got a bar.
Yeah.
Right, what kind of events do they have there?
Yeah,
I mean, what kind
exactly.
of events are you supposed to be dancing, like stuffing your mouth with a medium rare steak?
Yeah, so we got someone else puking. What about you? Have you ever had a too much incident in Vegas?
I don't know. In my life, I'm old enough now to where I can handle my alcohol for the most part. Right? Puking from drinking, that has not happened since my younger years. No, I'm a professional drinker.
I have to admit, I don't know. I'm definitely not professional. If I get to the point where it's too much, it's coming out. Guaranteed, no matter what. I cannot go to sleep otherwise.
Have you ever been in bed and like almost asleep and then you start puking?
Yes.
And you swallow it and you have to run to the
Yeah,
bathroom?
the whole room is spinning.
Wash
Like
the
when I was younger, I
stomach
used to
after that?
ride that shit like a roller coaster, right? I would just ride it out and fall asleep. Now, no chance. Absolutely no
Yeah,
chance.
yeah, it's
It's
dangerous. You
rough.
gotta. I mean, that's never done at home. That only happens when you're out traveling or something like that.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right.
So countries you've been to Russia, you've been to Lebanon, right? Obviously. How's the scenes out there? Fun?
You mean the hookah scenes?
No.
Oh.
I mean,
just
like,
cultures. and stuff?
yeah. Like, if I find myself at a hookah event there, what else can I do besides hookah?
Okay, well, you mentioned Lebanon first, or second. The hookah scene there is just everywhere. So there is no hookah scene. There is just a scene, a Lebanon scene.
Yeah.
So whether you're out at a lounge area that's just drinking, chilling, eating, any restaurant, they're going to have hookah there. So hookah is very complementary to what you're doing, and maybe we'll touch on that later. Russia, in the scene. See, when I travel for work, the scene is always has to do with hookah because it'll be at a hookah expo, whether it's Russia or Germany or Brazil.
Right.
So at night we are going only to hookah lounges.
Got
All
it.
right? Nothing else.
Yeah.
All right. In case anybody's following this, I've never been anywhere but a hookah lounge at night in a foreign country.
Nice. So outside of hookah, what are your favorite countries to go visit?
Since we talked about Lebanon, definitely my favorite because I'm not a tourist there. I can get around. I love the culture.
Your family owns a restaurant there, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a restaurant. One time, so I was looking for directions to this place before I met him. This is my father-in-law. So, I didn't know until, I was getting married and stuff.
Yeah.
I was looking for his place, and I asked him, do you know where this restaurant is? And this guy thought for a sec, because you always ask for directions when you're in Lebanon.
Right.
Especially back then, the street signs weren't so great, and it was hard to navigate through small... it was a big city with, like, small alleyways and stuff. And this guy thought for a second, he goes, oh, yeah, restaurant. He's like, it's a restaurant. It's just a little cafe sandwich. It's like basically street food in a little enclosed, tiny space, smaller than what we're in right
What kind of stuff do they serve?
Kefta sandwiches. They get, chicken all sandwiches that he makes on the fly, like really quick. He's like a machine, and people are just ordering. People don't even respect the line. They'll cut the line. He doesn't care. You just stuff it. You order it, you get it within like 30 seconds or less.
I think I saw that on a YouTube video. Some guy that goes out and tries different foods in different places. Like, he's open like late, right? Like, or early.
Yeah, he was open for basically at one point the after party scene. So people would be out at nightclubs, and his hours were like 1 a.m. till 8 a.m. So you're just getting like breakfast basically. And,
Yeah.
Didn't you miss the last trip?
Yeah, we were supposed to go to Lebanon. I was taking my my assistant with me, and I wanted to show him, because he's been with me so long, I want to show him the culture there and all this stuff. And we were going, it was November of 2019. I had booked tickets. I said, just get a passport. I'm taking you on a surprise, and you have no idea. We're even going to go to LAX, and you're not going to know where you're going till we get on a plane. It happened, some protests broke out over there, and it was like pretty bad, and like a week before I had to cancel it. I was really, I'm still to this day pissed off that never went through.
Yeah. Does HookahJohn fly business class?
Sometimes if it's reasonable and I can do an upgrade while I'm there, yes. But I don't know who all these people are in first class, because when I look at the tickets, they're like $5,000, $8,000 for business class. And I'm looking at them and I'm walking through, I'm like, hey, does everybody have that many points? Like, because I don't have any points. I do the cash out deals where you get like a percentage back. But I walk by, I'm like, and one time I went to Russia, and let's see, I had, this is me getting old now, and this was the first time I went to Russia about 2 or 3 years ago. I was in a regular chair, it was Aeroflot, it sucked, and I'm sitting there the whole time like this. Well, I always heard about like old people and their feet swelling up. It got so bad that when we landed, I went to put my shoes back on. I couldn't get my shoes on, and I was panicking. I literally, and I'm sitting there trying to put your shoes on in a airplane seat, and I'm panicking. I can't get my shoes on. What am I going to do? So I just stretched them all the way out and walked with like shoelaces untied.
Yeah, especially if you partake in some like in-flight beverages. You know, I don't think it gets any better.
Yeah.
How about that last flight?
Last flight when we went to
On the way back.
we went from St. Petersburg, stopped in Paris. What about it? I don't even remember it.
Oh, that sounds like
There's a picture on Instagram where it's actually one of my highest liked pictures, where I was holding one of these portable hookahs that someone gave me, and it wasn't loaded or anything, but it wasn't lit up, but I'm in an airplane just doing that. And there's this old man, you can see him next to me, he's like on his phone. Dude, the guy stunk. First of all, let me tell you what happened. I got 2 aisle seats, right, for me and my friend. Okay, so we could just talk to each other and be comfortable. So the aisle's here, and we could not deal with
snuggling.
Yeah, and so there's a guy here, right, in the middle row, and he comes out and he just goes to Anthony. He says, "Hey, you, my wife there. You sit here." And Anthony's a big dude, and like no one intimidates him, but Anthony's like, "What the hell?" He's like, "Okay." He traded.
Really?
So the guy, he was doing the right thing. The guy wants to sit next to his wife, so he traded seats with Anthony, and like. I'm like, what the? So the guy in the window was the old man in that picture, and this guy kept playing with his nose in his mouth, coughing. He stunk, and I'm like, dude, I got to do something. I felt so bad for him. I'm like talking. I'm using Google Translator on my phone and doing this whole like paragraph of what's going on.
Was he French or Russian?
I don't remember what he was. He was international, because later on here I'll tell you. I give her my phone. It's got a paragraph. This guy stinks. He's playing with stuff. It's uncomfortable for my friend here. Can we do something? Just give the guy, move him to first class or something. Just get him away from us.
Yeah.
Right? And they're like sitting there reading. She goes, one second, because they're not that good at English. She comes back and she's reading in Russian. This other steward, they're looking at the guy. Okay. And then they tried to talk to him. He sensed what was going on. And then so I think he could speak Russian, but he's like, no, what are you trying to say here? What do you want from me?
To you?
Like, no, to the stewardess. And I'm just sitting here like this. He's at the window. Stewardesses are there. And we couldn't get rid of the guy. So what ended up happening was Anthony stood up, because I had like the front row with the leg space. Still regular economy. Mm-hmm. But he just stood up, and we were just talking the whole time. He wouldn't sit in the middle for it's like a 4-hour flight from St. Petersburg to Paris.
Okay, so it wasn't the long haul, like 10-hour. Thank God.
No. that was interesting, to say the least.
You ever been to Mexico?
Oh yeah, plenty.
You were just there, right?
Yeah, I went to Cancun just like Ted Cruz did in the middle of the pandemic and all that, and I did the same thing. It was the same story. So Ted Cruz last night says, "Hold on."
Yeah.
So Ted Cruz. This is the week where Ted Cruz got busted, and they put it all out on Twitter. Texas is going through a really rough time with no electricity, snow, no power, and no water freezing up everywhere. And so he got busted, and he comes back. He said, I was trying to be a good dad. My daughter said she wanted to get away, get some warm weather and all that. So that's what I did. It was in December, and I went to Mexico, and because it was Christmas break. My daughter said, can we just go somewhere? I'm like, yeah, we've been 9 months into this pandemic. Yeah. She said, can we just go to Mexico or something? Like, you got it. Within 3 days, we were on a plane.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What did you say? And by the way, this coffee is plain. So I'm assuming John likes his coffee like he likes his men.
Yeah, plain. Straight. How about that?
Strong and black?
Yeah. This isn't that strong. Definitely is black, though.
Nice. All right, so Mexico.
Yeah, I don't know where we stayed. The place was beautiful, but the food was really shit there.
Really?
Did
you leave the resort?
One time I talked to some of our servers there. I'm like, look, dude, you guys are awesome. The place is awesome. Your food is absolute garbage, which is because I've been a million times to Mexico, and the food is actually great. Due to COVID, everything due to COVID. Wait, your food sucks now because it's COVID?
Right.
So I said, can I go somewhere where you guys would go eat? And they're like, they're like nervous, thinking, what's the right answer for this guy? And they name these places. I look at it, I go, this place is right next to.
Are you using any poles?
They can light them. I haven't prepared. I look on my phone. The place they're referring to me is next to Jack's Tacos. I'm like, no, I don't want the tourist areas. I want the non-tourist. They're like, all right, well, there's 2 downtowns in Cancun, and they sent us. And I took a driver with me and took the family. We ate at a place where nobody speaks English. It's totally no tourists, and it was great. Yeah,
I went to Mexico last year, and just outside of Tulum. Do you like seafood?
Sure.
Nice. So just outside of Tulum, there's this you go down a dirt road, and you end up at the beach, and it's a restaurant, and these guys go out fishing in the morning. They catch all their fish, they put it in a cooler, and as you arrive, you go over to the cooler, and you get to see your food, right? And you get to pick what fish you want, how to cook it, everything like that. Plastic tables in the sand, plastic chairs. Phenomenal food, though.
Yeah, I've done that before. I've done that years ago. I forget which city in Mexico, but I've done that. Yeah, that's great. I love doing that.
Micheladas, cheap, right? You can get drunk for $10 out there.
Of course.
It's fantastic.
Why not?
Yeah. Nice. So, actually, I see you're wearing a pretty cool watch.
Sure.
Are you a watch guy?
I have 2 of these, same brand, and I have 3 watches total, but I've had them all before the hookah business. So,
Got it.
They're classics. They'll last forever.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. That's cool. Yeah, that's nice. What is that exactly?
Actually, with the hookah business,
Yeah.
everybody knows you got into it a long time ago. But did it ever take a toll on your family when you first started? Because you already had a family, right?
Yeah.
Who's asking the question?
I know.
Well,
And is your audio even hooked up? And he asked me a question. I have to answer it, and now you just...
his question was why.
All right. Your question is why.
So, yeah, you're a realtor.
Right.
You opened Chronic Hookah, right? The store.
Right.
Yeah, how did that...
It was pretty much a fail, a 9-month fail. We closed it down. But what I did was, during that time, built my online business and was doing much better at online than the store, the physical store, brick and mortar store.
Yeah. Because I remember the store.
Yeah, did you ever come there?
I think I went there once.
Mm-hmm.
But you and I didn't actually meet until... I knew you then, but we didn't meet until the online business was, pretty well established and... Yeah,
I was working out of my garage.
Yeah.
Did you come there?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I moved everything into the garage and then did that for a year or 2 and then opened up the first warehouse.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
This is all documented.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So luxury stuff. Are you into luxury stuff?
Somewhat.
Or are you kind of like a low-key...
It's a blend of both.
You like cars?
It's
I don't really like cars.
still dodge my question.
Yeah.
Did it ever take a toll on your family starting out?
Are you on YouTube? I'm sorry. Are you on... That's stupid. Are you on audio?
Yeah, we're good.
You're good? Okay. Did it ever take a toll when we started out? We were going through something that was taking a toll as I opened or got into the hookah business.
As you opened the brick and mortar, or
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we were going through that 2008. What did they call it at the time? The real estate collapse,
Yeah.
or whatever. And I was in real estate, and yeah, my income collapsed.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was taking a toll. So I had to do something pretty quickly, and yeah, did it take a toll? Yeah. How do you think I got gray so quick?
right? Yeah, it was like you were really young, and then one YouTube video later, you were
Yeah,
you were
all of a
great.
sudden I'm grayed out. Yeah,
So when you told everybody what you wanted to do with the hookah industry,
yeah.
did anybody like say like that's kind of stupid?
Kind of like.
That's just a joke of an industry.
In a sense, yeah, because I was doing pretty well at in the real estate business, and then like you can have a smoke shop.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do? But I didn't care because I was the one paying the bills, so I had to do something quick. So I didn't let that bother me at all. It maybe in the back of my head a little bit, but
The drive was there though, and,
Oh, yeah.
and the hunger. Like
The
something had to
drive-
be done.
at first it was only about making money. I
Yeah.
had to do something to just make daily money every
Right.
day. to pay
Bills gotta be paid,
Yeah,
yeah.
which there's no like future planning. There's no like there wasn't much of a vision either. Mm-hmm. But as soon as I got into it, really quickly, when I saw, okay, yeah, I can start to pay some bills here, and I'm getting on my feet. Well, I'm going to make this explode and turn into something that I'm going to live off of. At first, it was temporary, so I could go back to real estate when it recovered.
Yeah.
Well, by the time it recovered, I didn't even look back at real estate.
Yeah, and you got in, I think, at the right time. Like, I think the hookah industry was its strongest, like just after you had gotten in. I don't know if maybe you played a part in that, or what, but like the online presence was, in my opinion, a bit bigger than it is now, and just more involved, right? I think like hookah lounges were more frequented. I could be wrong, but I feel like you got into it like when hookah was a hot topic amongst people here, at least in the States.
It was fairly new, but it was more developed than I thought it was. I thought I would be bringing something new to the table, but yeah, it was already in play here. There are several online companies that were already doing pretty well with it. Obviously, there's been a huge growth, not only in sales, but in the development of products since then.
Yeah.
Like, none of these products were available then. Nothing that we're using.
No. No, just straight brass,
Yeah. You're lucky if you
Egyptian.
How big was the risk going in with coals, buying a container of coals? How'd you know?
Yeah, the
coconut
initial
coals were gonna
investment.
take off, and it was going to be the thing.
Because everyone was using quick lights back then, and you were like, no, there's a market here that can satisfy a need, right?
Yes.
And you decided to go all in with that, create your own.
I did go all in, yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you know that was going to be the market? To hit?
Because I was a hookah smoker at the time, and someone had brought to me coconut coals from Lebanon, and I hadn't seen them in the States. They had been, but they were just not talked about too much. Everywhere I went, there's quick light or that lump coal or something like that.
Yeah.
Or those fingers.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
That was all that was here, and when I tried those, I'm like, these are amazing. These are going to be huge, but I didn't have enough experience or knowledge to know that they were already on their way to the U.S. So it took a few months for me to get my product. And by the time my product came, it was like, I don't know, I'd say like instantly number 2 or number 3 brand.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Wasn't there only 3 brands?
Basically,
I
yeah.
don't think the
there are
sample
only
size-
3 brands,
yeah.
and I was number 3. So,
I
yeah.
mean, now there's like 20, 30. Yeah, I mean, you can go online and find a million different ones. But
Oh, yeah.
I
The only
mean,
one with instant light.
look at this.
Yeah.
I mean, this is crazy.
Oh yeah, it's come a long way. It's huge. I mean, the first container I got, I think, took me a year and a half to sell,
Wow.
and yeah, it wasn't that easy.
I feel like you guys are
so-
unloading a container every time I come here.
Yeah, yeah, we're getting quite a few per month, and we had yeah. So talking about a risk, it was a huge risk. It was an all-in thing, and especially being broke at the time, and that made me even more broke.
So you had to take loans, right, to fund to fund it.
Yeah, I think I paid it on a credit card.
Wow.
I pulled out cash on a credit card.
Wow. Yeah, that's not cheap. That's good though. I mean, it all worked out.
Oh yeah. I definitely don't believe in debt. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. Don't get it.
Yeah.
And yeah, ever since then, I just all the debt that we have every month gets paid off on credit cards.
Nice. I mean, to a certain extent, right? Like, don't max out your cards and spend money that you have no business spending.
Sure.
Right? But if you can afford to, like what you did, make some money and use someone else's to fund that.
Yeah, I see people doing that all the time too. But this business is so low margin. When you're borrowing money, you're losing it because you're paying back interest. And yeah, some
Right.
people do that. I had one guy who was very successful one time tell me, never use your own money. Always borrow it. And I'm like, I thought of that, but no, I don't believe in that anymore. I believe in... It's just me. I may not be right. Yeah, that's a great idea. If people do it all the time. I have good friends who are doing that all the time. They own all these houses and properties and stuff, and it's all leveraged with loans and cheap financing and all that. And good for them, they're doing good. But they also have major liabilities, which after going through that period of time, I don't want any liabilities anymore.
Definitely, yeah. Because I've heard of the saying, like, I'm happy to tell you how much I'm in debt, right?
Yeah.
But I'll never tell you what I'm worth, type thing. So yeah, but no, I completely understand the paying everything off and buying things cash, not spending money you don't have.
Yeah, that's
things
how
like
this. A lot of people in this country got into that because they were giving loans to anybody who had a heartbeat. Just could sign their own name and they'd give them money, and it didn't work out for a lot of people. That's why everything collapsed.
Right. Yeah, I feel like those days are it's a lot harder to come by than back then, for sure.
Right.
And so, like, creatively in your business, are you like the mastermind behind all? Like, how do you keep up with like constantly innovating?
That's a good question. Well, there's always been a drive up until last March when this Corona thing happened. We started having shutdowns and all that. So I haven't had much drive lately. But we come up. I'm saying we because I have a team here. We come up with products, and I've got. There's some things that I came out with when I was just by myself, right? And I'd go source how to make them, and I have this idea or this drawing, and I want to get it done, and I do that. But then as I had surrounded myself with other people, hookah enthusiasts, let's say, and they'd say, hey, how about you do this? I'm like, all right, thanks for the idea, and we'll run with it.
Yeah.
And we're getting a lot of, how do I put it? We've got some people that are wanting to invest and say, all right, you come up with the idea, I'll fund it. And we're kind of playing with that idea a little bit now as we speak, which is maybe a good thing because you might see a lot of HookahJohn products are in small batches.
Right.
Not the Coles, obviously.
Yeah.
That's huge. But like the bowls, they're handmade. You can only make so much. When we were making like hoses and hookahs, I could only afford to invest in so much. So now with other people approaching me, other companies and brands, and approaching me saying, "Hey, how about we throw this much money at you and you do it?" And so I'm thinking about it. I'm definitely interested in the idea.
Can you give us a sneak peek, or do you have to stay pretty vague?
No, I'm not going to disclose
some of
that.
those people aren't even in the industry.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to. They don't want their names out there. They're not. They're more of the money people that just want a return on investment. And some of them do want to actually help the brand grow and do what they can. Hey, can we get some more Coles here, please? So, I don't know. We'll see that. That hopefully this year, where are we, 2021 now?
Yeah.
I don't know. We're still in the middle of this pandemic. Things are moving really slowly, and it's made me become slower and more sluggish. Let's see. We're about to get some Coles service here.
Right.
Here, let me take these off and dump them right in your tray, just because I don't want to drop any on the floor. Here, let me drop them right there. Thank you, sir. All right, little Cole break.
Yeah.
This is the one we should have cut to commercial. All right.
Titanium Coles commercial.
Yeah. You put his on his tray. He'll figure them out. He'll figure out how to do them.
Thank you.
All right, what were we talking about?
Well, now that
this is too much hookah stuff. What? Is it too much like hookah industry stuff?
A couple more. We're on the topic of Coles. Why did you change the name from Chronic Hookah to Titanium?
Or why was it Chronic Hookah to begin with?
Exactly. Did you have a little fun? Did you,
No, I was never
you a fan of that kind of stuff,
a
Snoop Dogg
reference.
style?
No, I wasn't. I just thought it was an attractive name and chose Chronic Hookah. I thought it would be cool and catchy for marketing. I had less experience then. and I don't regret the name. It worked. But to switch over the coals only to titanium was really simple. We got a actually, it's in depth. We had a couple of bad batches of chronic hookah coals, and I was like, "Thank you. You just killed the name."
Yeah.
Okay. There was some good product and some bad product coming in on chronic, and
We should tell them how the bad ones came in. How they were coming in wet boxes.
yeah, those containers leak, and so we had some wet coals. Speaking of wet coals, I'll talk to you about that in a second. But we were thinking they were getting damaged in shipping. The truth is they're just not produced well. So I searched for another manufacturer, and I was really confident in them. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to rebrand totally. It's still a HookahJohn product. We're going to call it titanium. I was going to choose platinum, but the lawyer said there is a platinum associated with smoking products, and you may not want to do that. So
Right.
But wet coals, talk about hookah stuff. We'd always say moisture affects it. Keep your hookahs in a Ziploc bag or keep them sealed. And I keep my coal boxes open outside, the plastic open.
Yeah.
And it takes me at home, like, say, a month to go through a kilo of coals.
That long, huh?
Maybe not. It depends if I have people there. But they're always open. They're always outside. It doesn't rain much in California, but there is moisture.
Yeah.
And then we've even done a test here. We've had a glass like this of water, and we'll throw raw coals in there and come back the next day, light them up, and they work. Now, do they perform 100%? I only got to the point of making sure that they worked.
Yeah.
So that whole, these coals are really resilient. I'm not talking about just mine, but like coconut coals in general. We'd have them in water overnight and then light them up, and they would light up.
Nice.
So I don't know. Does moisture really affect? I think moisture affects it more during processing them.
Yeah. And so, like, when you guys are here in the warehouse doing experiments, does it get wild ever? Like, do you guys, let loose? What kind of goes on here?
Bunch of wild and crazy guys.
Like, did you ever have, like, your jackass days, right? Like, when that was a big thing, like, kind of doing crazy shit with the boys, or even here now?
We've done some things with the forklift that maybe we don't want to talk about.
Okay.
But no, how crazy can we get? It's
Forklift
a work
surfing?
We're here for work, the regular 9 to 5 for work. We do tend to have a lot of fun, but it's like, it's just guys hanging out. So it's more the interaction with each other here that we have fun with. Busting on each other, ganging up on one guy, giving him a hard time.
Yeah.
But then tell him, dude, don't worry about that. We're just messing with you. And then we'll get into like arguments, and they'll just go. You'll forget the point of the argument, but it'll just go into a bashing contest.
Yeah.
Or,
just ripping on each other for the sake of it.
Like, why are you telling me that? Look at the shoes that you're wearing.
Yeah.
You're going to come at me with that argument, and you're going to be wearing those shoes? Get out of here.
Yeah. Have you guys damaged the warehouse at all from your shenanigans, or no?
No, by accident. Some guys have had accidents, like scraping the forklift.
No fires?
Oh, we had a fire that one time.
Did we have a fire?
Did you?
Jose threw coals in the trash can.
Oh, no.
He thought they were dead. Then there was a fire.
It wasn't a fire. It was like a little smoke.
It was a fire.
It's like, hey, what's burning? You can smell
You're in your
something.
office just...
Yeah.
Everyone ran, but I ran towards it.
You ran towards it?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
Yeah.
The hero.
Was there an actual fire? It was just smoking in the trash
There was
bin.
a fire. There was flames.
Was there? Did you take out the fire extinguisher, or you just dump water on it?
Grab the whole trash can, take it to the sink, and use the hose.
Yeah.
Spray it down.
Yeah. Nothing major. Is it exciting here? We don't do anything. We don't have any after-hour parties. Hookah is pretty chill, so we're always just sitting there talking. And
Yeah.
it's somewhat work-related. Sometimes it'll go into work, into personal. We get, the guys that I've been with here for a while, we don't have a high turnover rate here. So, like, Anthony's been here for like 8 years. So that's like family and friend. The other guys have been here over a year now, but the previous guys, people average about 2 years working here.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're welcome to stay as long as they want.
You're right. Yeah. As long as they perform, right?
Yeah, some guys were longer, I think, than 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely I think Anthony's been here the longest. By far.
9 years in April.
Wow.
Yeah.
9 years in April. Are you getting new staff for the lounge?
Yeah, we'll have to. The lounge is hopefully a couple more months. We're finally making progress on that. That was much more of a endeavor that I thought.
You were remodeling it, right?
Yeah, I figured, all right, remodel, big deal. You throw down new tile and paint the walls. And
Did you have to get into permits and shit like that?
I had to get so many permits, and we had to like break concrete and run new. The place was totally illegal. Like the only thing approved there was a bathroom, and then to refix it, to put a new sink, you had to make it like twice the size, ADA compliant. Oh, and by the way, now you can have 2 bathrooms. You have to have 2 bathrooms. All right, it's just stupid. The kitchen wasn't even permitted. They just like jerry rigged the whole like water system in there.
Yeah.
So I had to redo all of that stuff.
And so like most lounges, I feel like they can be pretty boring, right?
For sure.
Is yours, what kind of, I think you were talking about this in an interview you did recently, but like what kind of vibe are you going for? It's like a frat house, like anything goes type of wild shit, or
No.
more like relaxed kind of?
An adult establishment.
Okay.
Respectable.
Okay.
Okay.
No beer bongs, right?
No.
No.
Well, 4.
Shotgunning, beers, no?
No, it'll be
You guys are serving beer though, right?
We're working on that too.
Okay.
It's going to be a place that you could bring your fiance to.
Okay.
All right, something like that. A lot of lounges I go to, I just see they'll have the music blared, like some kind of like, I don't know, heavy rap music, and the guy's just sitting there smoking, looking in his phone, thinking that like he's the biggest gangster ever, and like he hasn't even looked up and made contact with anyone there.
Right.
And it's like, I want you to be able to like see everyone around.
Yeah.
It can't be that dark. I mean, it has to be social. That's what hookah is.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. It has to be interactive too. Not like they hand you a menu when you go in and they come back 5 minutes later and see what you want to order and just like write it down and walk away.
But what if it does get a little wild?
A little wild? Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't mind. We're going to have a lot of private events there. I'm thinking of making it all private because of the size of it. It's going to depend on the final layout, but I wouldn't mind making it all private so we can have an anything goes in there.
Yeah, got it. That'd be cool. Are you doing like all of your own products in there? Everything top of the line?
A lot of my own products, but yeah, I'll have some other brands there, like different hookahs from around the world.
Yeah.
It won't be traditional because of all the other countries I went to, hookah related. I got a lot of inspiration, so I want to add my feel to it and blend all that inspiration together. I don't want to get too many details out because I want it to be, once it opens, people get to go and experience what I'm bringing to the table.
And it's where in Anaheim?
No, it's in Lake Forest, California.
Lake Forest. Okay. It's a little more south, right? Nice. So you can get people from SD, you can get people from LA, you can get people from Orange County going there.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, I guess it's centrally located, but I mean, there's a huge population in Orange County.
Yeah.
But I'm sure people will drive from San Diego and LA.
And LA.
And
for
it'll
sure.
be worth it for them.
Absolutely. Man, that's going to be fun. So you said maybe in a couple months. Obviously, once COVID's done, you could be like...
Yeah, we'll figure out what the regulations are, and we'll deal with it, whatever it is.
Nice. What kind of beers are you guys thinking about?
Well, this brand, these are our neighbors, Unsung, so I'd like to help them out, and they'll help us out. So
they have good beer, yeah.
Excellent.
Are you a beer guy?
Not so much.
Everyone knows you like wine, right? You've talked about it a million times.
Yeah.
If you're not feeling wine, what's your drink?
I'm always feeling wine. How about that? Always, especially with food and company. But that's the daily drink. If we're out partying and stuff, you can't be partying with wine, right?
Yeah.
So after hours at the office.
No, they'll get beers. The guys will bring us beers from Unsung, and I like their IPAs. They have several, and they come out with new batches all the time, and they change the names, and there are different blends, whether it's more of an alcohol, or it's filtered or less filtered, or triple this and that. And I don't care. They're all good.
Yeah.
But they do all the other stuff too, lagers, and do they even do Hefeweizens?
They do everything.
Hefeweizen stouts, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I just mentioned to them to make oatmeal stout, and they are going to work on that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Remember before we discovered them, we were like, what's that oatmeal smell here in the parking lot?
Yeah, the grains.
Really?
Yeah, we'd smell whether it's their grains or whatever the processing was. It's like, it smells like someone's making oatmeal cookies.
Yeah. Do you still take shots and stuff when you're out partying? Like I was snooping around your office, I saw what was that, Japanese whiskey in there? It's pretty good. Are you?
No, I'll sip it.
You into it?
I don't do shots. I mean, only shots. What do you do for shots? Tequila, when it's time, when it's that type of occasion.
Yeah.
But no, I don't do that anymore. I just sip anything. But like for hard alcohol, I like vodka.
Vodka, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember one of the times we were in Vegas and we were at a bar. I ordered a double something. Two of them, actually.
Yeah, it was like $25 each one. I'm like, yeah, I got it. I got no problem. Who ordered this?
And they were gone. Like I was just drinking them like juice. Yeah, you're like, dude.
Can we just get a bottle? Can we just walk in with a bottle and pour it from there?
Yeah. Are you into clubs at all or no?
Like
Not
nightclubs?
not your scene.
Not anymore. I was. I mean, clubs.
I missed the last club you went to.
What was that?
When they broke into the Red Line.
Oh yeah, no, that wasn't a real club. I mean, it was. It was in the floor level of what casino were we at? We were at a different one that time. It was at I forget the name of where we were staying, but they had a nice lounge club with a DJ, and it was on the floor level, so you could see out into the casino. And we it was just mellow. We just got bottle service. We were like the only table there.
Okay.
But no, I don't go to clubs anymore. Clubs are for single people.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna go take my wife to the club.
No.
I mean, what's the point?
Yeah.
We dance enough at home. You know?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We don't have to dress up for that.
I know you want to stay away from hookah, but can we go to something like, what does the HookahJohn stamp of approval really mean?
Have you answered this before?
Yeah.
Like, if you're willing to put your name on something.
Or not his own product.
True. Like, just carrying it.
Oh yeah.
Right? So that deserves.
So if it's not a HookahJohn product, like say this Russian hookah here, DSH.
Why? Right.
Yeah, there's a few reasons. There's a few reasons why I carry certain brands, and this
What
is
does
across
that
the
really
board.
mean?
I'll choose brands sometimes out of necessity if it's a product that sells. Right, you have to have it.
Right. If there's demand in the market. Yeah.
And yeah, but I like to build relationships with people. And that's unsung beer. It's a little too early for beer. What is it? 1:20 on
An IPA.
Friday afternoon.
We'll keep it here.
Yeah. I'm a little too bougie for 1:00 in the afternoon.
Too
drinking.
bougie. Yeah.
Nah. But yeah, I do like this. I will have this later. Maybe I'll get something for you.
Yeah.
In a little bit. I like the people behind the products. That's why I carry their products. So that's why you won't see me carrying every single product that's available for hookah.
So you're saying even if the product sucks, and you just like the people, you're going to carry it?
Yeah, sometimes. I'll tell you why. Because who am I to say the product sucks? They've got a product that works good. For some people like it. I'll put it out there. Why not?
Right.
I mean, just because I think it sucks. Like HMDs. I don't use them, but
Right.
I carry them. And a lot of people buy them. A lot of people love them. And they've been around for years. And why wouldn't I carry it?
I mean, flavor saver, right? But that's not really an HMD. It's kind of more akin to what you have here on your upper lip.
Yeah. It's supposed to be down here.
Is
That's
it?
a flavor saver.
Yeah? No, not one of these?
No.
No, never?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to deliver these jokes a little bit better, all right? I know where you're going with that.
John doesn't do that.
Yeah.
No?
No, we had a whole conversation about it.
Yeah, I don't
no
reveal,
dining down under.
I don't reveal my personal life like that. God forbid. Not on camera, anyways. See, those are the topics that go on here behind the scenes that I can only share so much on camera with the whole world.
Making my job really hard, man.
Yeah. But say carrying a product from an international product, I like to go visit them, make sure the people are good, they're straight, and they're doing what they say. And
So you'll actually go and visit, like, let's say it's a Russian product. You've met these people in Russia?
Yeah, I mean, they're exhibiting. Russia has, like, at their expos, they'll have, like, 200 exhibitors.
Damn.
Like, 80 hookahs to choose from. I bring back 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I meet everyone, and everyone's good people in this industry. But I'll find a product that I like that I want to bring back and share with the U.S., and say DSH is one of them. Gorgona hookahs is another one. Germany, you got like MIG and Eon hookahs because they're just so
Work bun,
well
right? They're
made.
Russian?
Oh, Work Bun's amazing, man.
Yeah.
They have a whole product line, hookahs, bowls, accessories.
Yeah.
And they're just amazing people, especially at Work Bun. They're so, the artisan, the craftsmanship, actually blood, sweat, and tears go into this. If you ever see these made, like heat up a raw piece of metal and take
people getting burnt
a mallet or a hammer and anvil and
fingernails missing,
Yeah,
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, fingers missing.
Yeah, fingers, but that not from the hookah, right? Because Russia could be pretty nuts. You and Anthony went to Russia, right?
Oh yeah.
Was it sketchy? What city were you guys in?
When him and I went, we went to St. Petersburg.
St. Petersburg?
Yeah.
So that's like a more metropolis type.
It wasn't sketchy.
No.
I don't know. Was anything sketchy? No.
No, we went to an awesome restaurant though.
Oh yeah.
Because Russia's not known for their
No,
food,
that.
so that's surprising.
That's right. Yeah, sorry Russians, but your food is, I don't care for it, but I'm also, that's not fair to say because I wasn't going to anyone's houses or any villages or outskirts. I'm in like business district. The hotel's always going to be crap. But we went to a steakhouse. I think it was just called Steak Restaurant or something. Our server, they had like people singing and performing like karaoke.
Yeah.
But we didn't notice this. Like, I'd look up, I'm like, isn't that our server?
Oh.
Yeah, and our server would be taking our order and then go up and do karaoke. And then another guy come.
Perfect English songs.
No.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, they were singing perfect in English. Their voices were great. They're very talented, but they could hardly speak English when they were talking to us.
That's
a guy would
bizarre.
come and pour our water, and then all of a sudden we'd see him up on stage. And then they did a little duet, like
No.
songs like from the Grease soundtrack,
Yeah.
like when John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John would sing together. What is going on here? And their steak was amazing too.
Nice.
Yeah, it was.
Are like most Russians like typically? Do they typically consume a lot of alcohol? Right? Because I know like Irish and British, right? They're known for drinking their beer and whatever whiskey, and Russians are their vodka and stuff like that. Was that like a? Did you get to try any like cool vodkas that maybe
I'm gonna
aren't
step
available
in on
here?
this.
Yeah.
The only vodka I had was Russian Standard.
Yeah.
Russian standard?
That was the only vodka that was there.
The people-
But they were all about gin.
Really?
Yeah.
But it was just basic gin. It was Bombay Sapphire.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't see much vodka drinking. I know that Russians actually really like tequila. So
Mezcal.
like, yeah, mezcal.
Oh, the
That's
smoky
it.
stuff.
Yeah,
Ugh.
they like that. Like if you can give someone a gift of mezcal, they'll like it. So I took a few bottles with me and handed them out. But
Probably because it's from halfway around the world, right?
probably,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. For us, it's pretty easy to get.
Yeah.
But
You go to any hipster bar, there's mezcal in like every cocktail.
right. All right, moving on. You want to drink your? Let me give you something better than
Water
than
and
beer.
coffee?
Yeah, here. I'm gonna go bougie.
Okay.
I'm gonna order a bottle of wine. I'm gonna open it for you, and I want a baguette from Cafe Moulin. You get that? Thank
Wine
you.
and a baguette.
All right, check this out. You've had this with me before.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, sorry, blew all over your coffee. Thank you. Oh, these are perfectly clean. Thank you. So, come on, keep talking. I'll do this while we're talking.
Okay. So now we're cracking open. It's not a HookahJohn anything without a bottle of Dow, right?
Yeah, and we don't want to just drink this on an empty stomach.
Yeah. The owners of Dow are actually really cool, though.
Oh, they're amazing people.
Yeah. I've been there before, up
That's right.
up in Paso Robles.
Yep.
Yeah. Phenomenal estate.
It is.
It's gorgeous. It's definitely slept on.
You haven't
In
been
my
there
opinion.
unless you've been there with John.
I mean, that's true.
And that was pretty weak. Yeah. All right, so I'll show you. Come on, ask some questions. I'm opening a bottle. You see that I'm opening a bottle? Ask me about it. Come on, this is your interview. Let's go.
Do we have a decanter?
Whoa.
No.
What is that?
Yeah. What is that, you ask? Yeah, because they have so many different ones. This is a Mayotte.
My yacht.
Okay, this is one of their
Right.
signature ones. This is an estate bottle. And this one is, it's got 46% Syrah, 37% Cabernet Sauvignon,
Oh.
and then 17% of Petit Verdot.
What's your favorite bottle? Is the Soul of the Lion, though, right?
No.
No?
They have that is an excellent bottle. That's their flagship, their signature. However, I am into they're starting to make clone Cabernet, estate Cabernet. So I don't know how that works exactly. I got to ask them. I read about it, but they have different lots of Cabernet Sauvignon grapes, right? The one that they make that they use for their estate, Cab Sauv, and then they have these other plots of land where they do. It's on the property.
Yeah.
So they've got, and they number them. So they have a clone number 3 or number 4, and then they have a clone 169. Well, they have a clone 412, which is my absolute favorite. And you can't really get it in stores. You got to be a club member.
Yeah.
I mean, it's limited production. The Mayotte is pretty limited too. They named this after their mom. I don't think that was her name, but that's what they referred to her as, I believe.
Yeah.
Check this out.
Have you ever thought of like doing like an influencer type thing with Dow, right? Like given like, because hookah now I think at least in California is 21 and over, right?
Sure.
Like maybe something like a discount code if they, or something off a membership with Dow if they mention you, or
Well,
I mean, because you do a lot.
right,
It's clearly like you're in love with this product,
right,
and it's
The
a
whole
phenomenal product.
I wouldn't
Definitely.
say a lot. He doesn't do a lot. He does buy a lot.
That's true, but he also mentions them.
I buy a lot.
Often.
I share with a lot of friends and family, and I'm always talking about them.
Like this right here, that logo, that design is almost synonymous with HookahJohn at this point
I don't know. Oh,
in the Hookah
yeah, because
community.
anytime I'm doing a personal, like a quick live video or something, or especially if it's at home, yeah, I'm opening one. I take a lot of pictures, pair hookah with wine and all that. But as far as a discount code collaboration, I speak enough about them. You can go to their website, and they have these memberships.
Yeah.
And that's what I use. I use the highest membership. I get like 20% off.
Nice.
So just you do that. And you don't have to go as big as I do. Get the basic one, which is like 10% off.
Let's.
Cheers, buddy.
Oh my gosh, your spinning skills. Oh, that's great.
Right?
That is great.
I can't even drink other wines anymore. The wine
When
market.
was the last time you said that was great
Yeah.
What do you mean?
for wine?
For wine, the last time I had probably Soul of the Lion, I actually took a bottle of Soul of the Lion to a nice steakhouse with my fiance.
Yeah.
And you know when you take a bottle and you do the whole corkage fee thing, if they have a sommelier, they're going to try some of it, right?
Yeah.
And he walked out with it and he said, most people that bring in wines, they're disgusting.
Yeah.
This is actually really good.
Oh, he's a real sommelier. You should have already known it by now.
Right.
You know, but yeah, they do. They do have that little bit there. A little bread.
Well, bread.
This is bread. This is not the supermarket bread that you got.
Moulin?
Moulin.
Moulin?
Moulin. French word. They opened up in Newport Beach here. Thank you, buddy. And I don't really have a relationship with them other than I'm the.
You put that whole
I'm a
piece down
customer.
the hatch?
I didn't have one as big as yours.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was just a little piece. They're just local here, and they're opening up new branches, and they're just amazing. They brought all their stuff, all their ingredients from France, and
Wow.
it's not like your regular baguette. That
They're
you get
here
in
in
the
Orange
supermarket.
County?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I got some almond croissants, really good. I like their ham and cheese baguette actually, but I want to save this for us to share this afternoon.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, they're. I really like businesses that are not just a financial investment. I hate that. I mean, some people throw wine out there just because they have the means. And there's no real passion. They might hire a winemaker that they know, and it's not fair to say about all wines, but the California wine market is just so saturated with. It's a literal. It's a marketing playground.
Yeah.
You
So,
say
like,
this guy's another risk taker? Starting at Mulan.
this guy's got a story. I've met him a couple of times. His name is Laurent. I think
Laurent.
I think he worked for a big Orange County company. I think it was Oakley or it was one of the surfboard companies, Billabong. I can't remember exactly. You can look him up. But yeah, after working there for like 20 odd years, he decided to. He was French born, so he decided to open up a business. And it's like an all-in-one. You can get food to go. You can sit there and dine.
When it's open.
Pastries. It's a bakery. You can just get a baguette. And they have other loaves of bread you can get there. They sell cheeses and meats and so
I mean,
forth.
like, this tastes like it was made this morning.
Oh, it definitely was made this morning.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I went and got it there, and that's what they do. I don't think they sell it the next day. They sell out. They close early in the day and they sell out.
Nice.
You'll go there and they're like, sorry, we don't have any.
Those are the best kinds of places.
So them, Dow, the guys at Unsung too, hookah people, they're doing it for a passion. It's not just to make a living. If you're doing something to make a living, it's just a transaction, and you're moving a commodity. I don't like that. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, that works for buying soap, shampoo, whatever.
Yeah.
But something that you're like really consuming. No, I like to stay healthy as much as I can, and say like bread, carbs. I don't like to consume too much of it. But if I'm going to do it, I'm going to get the best ingredients. Same thing with wine. There's so much wine available out there.
Yeah.
If you got wine that's cheaper than this, right? It does the same trick. It really doesn't. You
Right.
got wine that's more expensive. You can get this bottle, I don't know how much it costs, but let's say you get a $200 bottle of wine from Napa. I'm going to put my money on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably
and it's
would
not
too.
even in the same price range.
I probably would too. It's that's fantastic. And so like this, what we have right here on the table, it's nice. Good lifestyle. Have you done like anything to shape that lifestyle? Like, is this like what you envisioned the optimal like hookah lifestyle to be? Nice wine, nice food, nice hookah, hanging out.
Not in those terms, but I would say that hookah is complementary to a good time. And what I mean by that, it's complementary to your company. We could be having beers instead of wine. We could be having pizza instead of this baguette. We could be talking about anything. The hookah's always there.
Yeah.
The hookah's complementary.
Yeah.
I'm not focusing on like, is this performing at 100%? I don't really care. It actually is performing at 100% because you and I are having such a great time and we get to take a puff on this hookah.
Right.
In between speaking.
Yeah, definitely. It's just kind of like in the background to kind of hang out, chill.
It's complementary to what we're doing. And being social, having a good time, communicating with whoever you're with, just enjoying life. Yeah, hookah is a very good complementary aspect to that.
You like to race, right? You take your cars to the track?
Yeah, I always call it racing. I'm not racing. I go to the track, but like
track days,
track
things
days
like that.
just to take.
You ever
my
take a
car.
hookah to one?
Oh, all the time.
Really?
Yeah,
They let
because
you?
I'll rent out a garage and then you get your session. I go in the beginner section, right? And I have beginners, intermediate, and advanced, and so we always have it set up to where by the time I get back to the car and while I'm waiting for 40 minutes to my next session, I'll have a hookah break. Why not?
That's awesome.
Hookah with everything.
Yeah, that's awesome. What's a track like? Like taking your cars out there, chilling. Is it like golfing, right? Just hang out.
No, golfing has zero adrenaline in it. Where
Well,
I used to
obviously.
golf. I golfed for 10, 15 years. Golfing is the most frustrating, boring, and fun all at the same time. But it's just it consumes way too much time. And you feel stupid every time you golf. It's like really not, unless you're really like having an awesome day, you just feel stupid golfing. Because
Yeah.
half the time you're shanking and with...
Golfing's cool though because it's kind of like playing pool or billiards, right? Like drinking will actually help your golf game, just like it would with pool. But you can't drink and drive, so it's like
you can drink and drive the golf cart.
yeah, exactly.
No, golf, I gave that up. Track days, only 2-3 times a year.
Okay.
Hopefully that's not making noise. Another piece of bread?
Yeah, sure.
John,
Thank
so
you.
What do you do for fun?
That's a good question. What do I do for fun?
Because you're here, you're at home. COVID aside,
Yeah.
what would you do on a weekend?
Family. Always family. Whether it's the kids and wife and we go out and eat or go around to the beach or
Yeah.
something like that. There's a lot of... I'm lucky. I have a very big and good extended family here and community in Orange County. So I have siblings. They all have families and kids. My parents are still around, which is good.
Nice.
They're still pretty young too. Fun for me is just being with people, eating, drinking, smoking.
Not gonna
Again.
lie, kind of sounds lame.
It sounds lame to some people. What am I gonna do? I go skydiving? I don't know.
No, I mean, yeah, track days, yeah, some
Track days are just
adrenaline
for
here
me.
and there.
Track days is just for me. I love doing that because I get to escape.
You're right.
And I'm not racing. I'm not trying to figure out what my times are and how I can improve. I just go and enjoy the car and do on the track what I can't do on the street.
You
Legally,
you just got a new car though, right?
Yeah.
Have you done anything to it? Yet, or is it still bone stock?
It's still stock, yeah. I'm
You
not
have
going to do
plans
anything
for it?
this time. No, I don't have plans on it because I don't think this is going to be a long-term car.
Got it.
I just did a 3-year lease this time and just want to try it out. Not sure if I will return to the same car when this is up. So
Same brand, at least?
same brand, AMG. I love them. But the last one I had, we modified it a little bit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it had a pretty killer exhaust on it.
Yeah, it was pretty aggressive. But this one's not as aggressive. It's faster.
It is.
It's so much smoother though. So it's not super aggressive at all. And I like it. It's all right. Whatever, you know.
Would you go? Would HookahJohn ever own a supercar?
Again, when we were talking earlier about if you can afford it, don't do anything unless you can buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will when I have
The
all
means
my
to
other
do so.
bases are covered.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. Then yeah, I could do that. It'd be kind of selfish for me to do right now. I've got kids that are like almost going into college, and
Yeah.
I got a family to provide for. So it'd be really selfish to really extend myself on a car.
Yeah. Would you stay German though, or would you go Italian? Would you go?
Okay, I don't know specs of anything that is not in my reach. So like, yeah, Ferraris look great, but I can tell you one thing about them. McLarens, they look pretty cool. I'd like to get one of those. It's like $1 million, but
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. Yeah, the supercars or hypercars, when the time comes, I'll get them.
That's cool. Yeah. I mean, what else?
What else? This is your interview, mofo.
Thank you.
You got it.
Thank you.
Cheers. Glad you like it. Is that it? Is it? Hey, I thought this was going to be better. Why'd you bring me this guy? What's going on here?
You brought him. You brought him.
I'm just here for the wine and food. I don't know.
You heard that there was going to be food.
Yeah.
Chris, you got any
exactly.
questions? You got any pressing HookahJohn questions? Yeah,
Not a HookahJohn Saturday, but a John the Door Saturday. What is the perfect Saturday?
I mean, just kind of answer that, right?
But-
Family.
yeah.
In your home, like, if you actually had your house right now.
Yeah. No, it involves
Do you even
a
get
lot of
dressed?
food.
Do you stay in your underwear?
Yeah, I'm kind of lazy on the weekends. I need my time off, so I try not to do anything. We'll go out on walks, me and my wife. She'll take me under protest. I'm the one protesting. I don't want to go, but we go. Like take some hikes and stuff, but nothing major exciting. I just love having people over my house or going over to my friends' and family's houses. Food, again, food, wine, hookah,
Yeah.
family. That's what it's about for me.
Play any video games with your kids?
No,
No.
I
Strictly
can't.
business.
I don't understand adults who are playing video. I know a lot of people here watching are probably like, can't wait till it's over so they can go play. It's not me.
Yeah.
I don't
That-
want to get personal, but how exciting is it teaching your son how to drive?
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, he's at that age now?
He's almost at that age, but yeah, he can. We'll take him around in parking lots and get him familiar with the vehicle.
Which car?
The Durango.
Oh, the Durango? He's not letting him in the AMG yet?
He barely. We've only done it a couple of times.
Teach him how to do burnouts, anything like that?
Not yet. See, stuff like that, when I was his age, life was different then, and I lived in a different state. I was able to do that. I would actually take my parents' cars when they're
You would
away.
take it? Is
I would.
that what you take it? Or-
I guess a proper term is steal,
Yeah.
right? Well, you can't steal your parents' car. You're not stealing it. I came back every time.
I was like 12 years old. My mom had a Mitsubishi Eclipse stick shift. And I remember if she was gone for the day, I would take that thing around the block
Yeah.
a couple times.
Why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
it was
Well,
fun.
you shouldn't. I mean, it's dangerous these days. But
Yeah, these days.
where I grew up, it was a bit safer. But I was lucky. I never got into any accidents or got in trouble.
Tell us more about when you grew up.
When I grew up,
Yeah.
where I grew up,
Where you grew up.
Because you're from Boston, so you weren't born in Lebanon.
no.
No, so you're first generation here in the States?
Yep.
Is there a strong Lebanese presence in Boston?
Boston, not where we lived. We lived in the suburbs in the outskirts, so no, I didn't know any other
Bougie
Lebanese
areas?
people.
Is that like why you're so bougie now? Did you grow up bougie?
No, it was suburban,
Okay.
middle class. Yeah, we had everything we needed. We didn't
Okay.
have everything we wanted, right?
Right.
We'd always see people in the 80s was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'd be people like driving down the street with like Porsches and be like, I remember one time we were like checking out this car and the two dads were talking, said, hey, that's a $40,000 car. My dad's like, yeah, stay away from it. Stay very far away from it. 40,000 was huge. It was like
Yeah.
a $150,000 car these days.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, the 80s were nuts. What are your
Man, you weren't even born in the
I know, what the fuck? What do you know about the 80s? What year were you born?
I've played GTA Vice City. I was based in the 80s.
No, I was a little kid, but I remember like things that I didn't understand then, and I look back and understand now.
Did you get crazy when you were young? You ever been in trouble
Sure,
With the
I
law?
think so.
with the law?
Yeah,
What happened?
Have you been in jail?
nothing good. Have I been in jail? No, right?
Have you been to jail?
No overnighters?
Yeah, maybe a couple here and there.
Why?
Back in the days, I don't know.
Yeah, why?
They involved vehicles. How about that?
How was that experience?
Vehicles and actually fighting too.
Fighting.
Yeah.
You're a scrapper?
Not really. No, I got a good 50. If you and I fight, it's a good 50-50 chance. You may as well bet on one side, toss a coin.
I don't know about that, man. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
All right.
I'll probably curl up in a ball, open hand smack you.
All right. So after this, we're gonna beat the crap out of Christian.
Please don't.
Easy pickings.
How was your experience in jail?
Yeah, I'm interested. Let's hear more about it.
Yeah. What do? You go in there?
Was it embarrassing? Is that why?
I was young at the time, wasn't it?
Is it not like a cool
sucked.
enough story?
No, it wasn't cool enough. It was cool enough when the camera's off. It's awesome. It's hilarious. Had a blast.
I mean, come on. What kind of conversation are we having?
I've never been to jail.
You gotta tell them about the last part, like when you were leaving.
No.
Yeah,
All right. I'll tell one thing.
This
All
is
right.
a first for
All
me
right, this
too.
is
so.
gonna be good. All right. So years ago, I was young. All right, I was young. I went in. They said, I'm not gonna say why, but they said you got to do 48 hours. I'm like, great. So I'm mentally preparing. And you know how jail is segregated with this and that by race: whites, Mexicans, blacks.
Mm-hmm.
Here in Orange County, we got Asians. I don't fit any of the profiles, so I figured, you know what? I'm gonna go in. My look. I'm gonna claim to be a Mexican.
Okay.
I go into the cell block. I had the whole thing worked out. Just like, I'm Mexican. I'm just several generations, I'm Mexican. Right?
Yeah.
So I walk into the cell block and I see there's like 5 white people and there's 2 Mexicans that were like foreigners that like didn't speak English. And these guys come up to me like, they got a box of like goodies, like slippers and stuff like that. They give me the guy, hey, are you a white guy? He straight up said it like that. These guys aren't like racist or anything. They're just like, are you a white guy? They're just confirming. And I look around. I'm like, yeah. The whole Mexican thing went out the door. I'm
real
like,
quick.
yeah, I'm not doing that. Why am I going to say that? He's like, yeah, all right, we can give you these. We can't give it to those guys because they got the rules in here. Like he said, we would give it to them, but we can't because of the rules. It's all segregated.
Uh-huh.
But there's one guy like reading a book, just like staring at me the whole time. Like he wasn't buying it.
Did that box of goodies come with a price?
Later on, I was walking around, and this Mexican kid was walking around with a box of stuff. He goes, hey, bro, you need this? You need that? I go, no, I'm good. I knew not to accept from both sides. Like, you need a comb? You got to brush your hair? You got to brush your teeth? I go, no, I'm good. I got it all from the guys over there. He looked at me. He looked at them. He's like, you ain't a wood? I'm like, dude, I'm 48 hours. Let me get in.
Yeah.
Let me just do
I'm
my
just here for
time
a
and
quick
get
visit.
out of here.
Yeah.
This is not my scene.
But no, you won't go into any detail of how you got there, huh?
Nah.
All right.
But you knew not to take from both sides. Would you say that's from like Boston growing up the way you did? You
I-
kind of had those street smarts.
Yeah, just basic courtesy. You can't just accept from everyone. I knew there were sides in there, and you had to like play by rules. You just know that. I mean, if you have any common sense. Not that I'm a regular or had. It's not my scene, but I just knew to tread very lightly while in there. Try to make as little human contact as possible.
Not John, but HookahJohn. You said rules.
Rules?
Does HookahJohn follow rules in the hookah industry?
Oh, absolutely. There are lots of rules of respect. I don't like to carry knockoff products. So now it's getting so saturated you don't know who's knocking off who, but when they're international products. But yeah, not knocking off products. Rules. It just has to just dealing with respectful people. If you're known in the industry to not be, how do I put the word, maybe desirable or just respectful of other people, you get a bad track record, I'm just not going to deal with you.
Yeah.
You know?
Shadiness, whatever. Maybe.
Yeah, and there'll be a strike against you. If you're just in it for the money, just a flip, turn, and burn product, then I'm not gonna give you much time a day.
Yeah. Definitely. But I mean, like, rules in terms of not products. Like what you can sell versus someone else, or like, are there kind of like street rules but for the hookah industry? Anything like that?
I mean, sometimes you'd have to work on like, all right, don't break this price, don't sell under a certain price, and like there's manufacturers suggested retail prices, do this or that. Sometimes I feel like we should all abide by it, and then sometimes I look at it as like a free market. I'll do whatever I want.
Yeah.
So sometimes there's rules, sometimes there's no rules. And,
Yeah.
This industry is a bit weird. I mean, it's fun, it's great, it can be profitable, but there's just a lot of hacks in this industry. There really are. I mean, those that are in the industry know exactly who I'm talking about, and the people I'm talking about know that I'm talking about them, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, without pointing anyone out. There's a lot that's not seen in the online hookah community world, just like any industry.
Any industry, right? There's a lot of behind the scenes.
In beer and wine and restaurants, there's like people you don't want to care to associate with.
If you could meet the people that rip off your products, what would you tell them?
That's a great question. I have before.
Would you thank them in any way?
I'm not going to thank them. I'll be like, good job, you ripped off the product. They don't care. That's the thing. I have done that before. They've approached me and said, this is a total copy and knockoff of this product or my product or something. They don't care, man. A lot of people are doing the knockoffs. It's like a side business for them, or they really don't give a crap.
Like, I feel like your bowls, more than anything, are the things that are ripped off, right? Because, I mean, your bowls are everywhere.
Yeah, the bowls are ripped off, and I used to get really defensive over that in the past. Now I don't care anymore.
I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's bad when you copy the exact shape and even put the name. A lot of people say this is a Harmony bowl, this is an Alien bowl, and like, no, it's not. But when you get someone like, now everyone's got basically not the same standard bowl. The reason I like Work Bun, they have competing bowls, but there's so much different artwork that goes into it, different materials. Yeah. They have their own style. Yeah, it's a funnel bowl. It kind of looks like the same shape, but who cares?
Right.
You know, and the more products, the better for this industry. You never talked about the expo.
No.
And this comes on like getting pissed off at knockoffs or anything like that. It's not, forget knockoffs. Competitors. You never asked me. I should be conducting this own interview against myself. All right, competitors.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm competitive in this field. I take things personally. But the expo, Hookah Expo Worldwide, I don't care what brand you are. As long as you pay for your booth, you can come and exhibit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're giving a platform essentially to all of your competitors that way.
Yeah, exactly. So people are like, oh, I don't want to do the expo. It's HookahJohn's, and like we got a problem with HookahJohn or something. Like, why, stupid? I put it out for you.
Yeah.
All you have to do, you don't even have to talk to me. Online, fill out a form, show up.
Right.
You
Pretend
know?
you don't exist.
Yeah, and do your own thing in there. I'll give you one. I don't have a bad relationship with this guy, but say Alpaca Bowls, all right? They're somewhat similar. They're own line of bowls, and they're a competing brand, whatever. That guy has no problem exhibiting at Hookah Expo Worldwide, and I have no problem with him at all. Great. Give people options. We want to have all the hookah products available on the market there under one roof and displaying their stuff. I mean, who am I to judge? I mean, yeah, I'll take it personal. Great. I can go pound sand, all right? There are other brands out there, and so my job... So HookahJohn is my company, and all that stuff is one thing, but the expo is for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like consumers, brands...
Were you worried at all about like exhibiting competitive brands and things like that in the beginning?
Not really.
No,
because I mean, honestly, we need more exhibitors there. I mean, it is a financial project, so we've had. I think I lost money the first year, broke even the second year. I think I made a few bucks on the third year.
Yeah,
and because it's growing, so it's a long-term project,
Definitely.
and I need the more brands here, better. I'm delivering to the consumer. The consumer doesn't want a HookahJohn Expo.
No,
they don't.
Right.
You know,
they can just come here.
Yeah. Well, no, don't say they can just come here. When people do show up like that, hey, is HookahJohn here? Yeah, it's great and everything. I am working and stuff, but
So in other words, show up whenever.
Hey, can we get calls, please?
He's happy to have you.
Yeah. Is this going to go on longer? Did we lose the camera?
What about the people that think you're an asshole?
Why would they think he's an asshole?
That's a good question.
When you say people, you mean industry people or like consumers or?
Both.
And they can go pound rocks too. I don't care.
Because you get the haters, right, on your YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Great, another HookahJohn video.
It's hard to judge people that make comments online. I mean, the easy way to describe them is trolls, but they're not trolls. They're real people too.
Yeah.
But I think they're, what's the word for them? I don't know. Someone voicing an opinion. You don't know this guy's demographics. You don't know if it's a male or female. Usually it's a male. You don't know what country they're in. You don't know their experience. You don't know if they just have a personal beef or they have a legitimate gripe. So I don't care. Yeah, there's haters. Who cares? Whatever.
I mean, would you say that this industry in specific is pretty cutthroat? Or, like, do you have
It's cutthroat, but to the people that post comments, hating comments. I don't mind, man. It's just it's an opportunity for me to win them over. If I feel like responding to that, say a certain comment or stuff, if it's somewhat reasonable, like you're a jackass because you do this and that, well, now I can respond to that person and try to win them over. I mean, sometimes we'll mess up an order.
Yeah.
For whatever happened. They're like, this came broken and it doesn't work. And I'm like, I'll say, do whatever it takes to give me a chance to re-earn your business. I need you to come back for another order. Mm-hmm. And either it works out or it doesn't. So messing up or having a hater is just an opportunity to gain that person back.
But have you ever looked back at a certain instance and you're like, damn, I was an asshole?
Yeah, I just can't think of it specifically. No, not really. I was never an asshole. I'm the nicest guy there. I don't know. Was I an asshole? Yeah, I'd have to think about that. There are times where I felt like I shouldn't have done this to that person in the industry, but I can't think of it because it's rare.
What about like when you have to make a decision on carrying a certain product, maybe, or stop carrying a product that you've carried for years? Does that weigh heavy on you? Do you have to be kind of blunt and say like sorry, or do you just not order it again?
I just won't order it again.
I
can't think of any examples. I try to carry products that last. Sometimes we get products people are so nice and I'll carry their stuff and it never sells and then I just never order again.
What about the items that are just kind of dead in the water, right? Non-starters. Someone comes in, nicest guy in the world, and you have to tell him sorry.
Sometimes I tell
It sucks.
them. Sometimes I tell them, I'll take a few, put it on the website, but you have to have something to offer. You can't just come and say, hey, put this on your website for me, buy this. And then I'm like, no.
Do you delegate that to your crew
No.
at all? Never?
No. But I can see my crew in the background like this, being like, get them out of here. You know, because they know. And sometimes I would like to give someone a chance and like, all right, I'll give it a chance. And then I'm like, why the hell did I have like a couple $1,000s worth of inventory that's not going anywhere?
Yeah. Because it's interesting because, Anthony asked, what do you think about being an asshole? But I would think that more people would think Anthony's the asshole. I mean, I do. No? Did you tell him after a certain point in time, like, listen, I got to be nice to everybody. You handle the negative shit.
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes I will say, you got to handle this guy. I can't, because if I'm totally honest about it, I'm going to be the dick. And I don't want to be. Or I'm just too busy. Some person I don't even know. We get people that show up on vacation from Russia, Brazil, Germany, like, hi, we just want to come and say hi. And I'm like, I'm working here. No phone call, no email, no appointment. Like,
show up.
And I'll get up, like 9 times out of 10, I'll get up and talk to them, entertain that person for a bit. But sometimes it's like, dude, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, just understand. If you send an email, that's the best way. Mm-hmm. Send an email. If I don't respond, it means I don't care.
What email?
John at HookahJohn.com.
John at HookahJohn.com?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Some people they'll come in afterwards, like, you never responded to my email. I'm like,
maybe there's a reason.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, of course I never responded to your email because I wasn't interested. But they come anyways. But
how do you feel about a customer disrespecting your employees? Do you still go for the sale? Or do you take
we've had that example happen before.
Yeah, I'm a business owner myself, and if we have a customer that's disrespectful to my employees, sometimes I'll tell my employees to just leave. And we're not going to put up with it, right?
I've never told my employee to leave.
No, not like leave my establishment, but like if we're on a job site or something like that and the customer's being rude, irate, something like that, I'll just be like, all right, sorry.
No, sometimes I'll delegate it to sometimes I'll take the responsibility to do it myself, or sometimes I'll be like, just do what you want with him. I don't care. But sometimes there's a lot of money on the money. At the end of the day, it's not all about passion. You need money to keep this place running.
Yeah.
I'll be like, calm down, forget him, just get the sale and go or whatever. I'm not talking about a consumer. Consumers are different, but like in the back end, the wholesale side of it, it's just case by case. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we've told people just beat it. You can't talk to my employee like that. If you're talking to my employee like that, who do you think you are?
Right.
I mean, this is my place. You're coming in. Why don't you come to my house and respect a family member?
Yeah.
Disrespect a family member. What do you think I'm going to do about that? So some people have a lot of nerve. It's not just in this industry. It's just
in general.
They don't have common sense. I mean, half of the people you know or that you come across are great people, and
Yeah.
half of them just aren't.
Definitely. But like, let's say someone's taken an order somewhere. Have you ever stopped doing business with someone because of something like that?
We have. I don't remember. Do you remember? There are customers there are people who would buy from us and don't buy from us anymore.
But does a certain like threshold, like let's say they have a massive order, are you kind of like be a dick as much as you want? Thank you for the business.
No, I've told people to go F themselves sideways in the past, yeah. And there would be regular, we're talking like, they would buy a pallet of this every month, right? A whole pallet. Pretty hefty order. They'd be distributing to a certain area, a market that I don't have presence in, and they're the only one. I've told them to...
Kick rocks.
Yeah.
That's good.
There are principles, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Man.
All right, boring enough for what? What? You're having a bachelor party?
Yeah.
You said you're getting married, but now it's in another country. So now I got to figure out. All right.
No, the bachelor party's in another country.
Yeah.
Not the wedding.
Huh?
Not the wedding.
Can we have an unofficial bachelor party?
Maybe.
Yeah. But at the time, I mean, can we have one at the lounge?
You should be able to.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have one at the lounge. We'll get that place closed down before it gets opened up.
But it's not open invitation.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No, that's a private thing.
Okay.
We'll have a nice little private bachelor party. We've done that before at Hookah Lounges, where we bought the whole place out.
Really?
Did he ever go to any of them?
No.
We don't know the name where, but
He
yeah.
wasn't cool.
Yeah, he wasn't cool enough. You didn't make the cut.
Right. Not back
Yeah,
then.
but-
Probably still not now.
Yeah, a hookah lounge is the perfect place for a bachelor party because you get hookah served. You get everything else. You get your alcohol. You bring in your entertainment, right? And they already have the music and they have couches and all that stuff. So you just chill with your. It's a bachelor party, so your guy friends and all that, and it's a perfect
Chill with the
destination.
boys.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just close it down. It's a private party. That's all.
So that would be like a perfect scenario. Like your lounge would be like a good venue for something like that, right? Like not just for me.
I don't think we're gonna have couches. I don't like couches. I don't want people to be too comfortable
Man,
sitting there for like 8
benches.
hours.
Are they going to be sitting in these?
Something
No.
uncomfortable. Get your hookah, get in, get out.
Right. Don't stick around for too long.
It'll be comfortable enough to have like this video. It's going on a little too long. Right? At one point, you got to kick the people out.
Yeah,
All right?
exactly.
Do you have anything else pressing to say?
I mean, we kind of covered a nice range, right?
Okay.
We didn't stick to just hookah. We got to figure out some details about you that maybe most interviews didn't cover.
Maybe.
Hey, John, what's the one question that you've always wanted to be asked?
The one.
Do you have a
question-
bush?
I am Manscaped. Thank you very much.
You
Why
do.
does that come up in the last 2 interviews now?
It does it?
Everyone thinks you're single.
Nobody thinks I'm single. Maybe they do. I don't know. No. Yeah, not that exciting. I got to thank everybody for watching videos like this. I get amazed when I see the view count and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are they looking at? What are they watching? But hopefully, we tried kind of harder this time
A little bit.
to make something come out.
Oh,
That's
really? This guy was a fail. He had a week and
This
a
might
half
not
to
even
prep.
get published.
Yeah, no, we'll publish it. It'll just help us to grow and learn from this. So here's the deal: go back to the drawing board, come up with some better content. And just so you guys know, I didn't ask him to ask me certain questions. I said,
No.
do whatever you want. Whatever you want. Just don't insult the audience. All right?
But that's so hard.
It is. Yeah, especially in this day and age.
Like,
gotta
can't
keep
even-
it.
We don't even want to know like who you voted for.
Right.
We can't have
Well, no,
anything
we-
political.
We'll leave politics out of this. I don't think politics
Yeah, there's
really
enough
matter.
Yeah, but that's a big topic.
Political
That's what everybody's talking
Garbage on the internet. And it's it's divided people. I can't afford to divide my followers in half. I just can't.
Yeah. I think it's pretty straight. We vote for Dow. We vote for Hookah.
Definitely don't vote for Dow.
Yeah.
Dow Vineyards. and
I think
Hookah.
that's, as far as we'll get.
about. John for governor.
Oh, that would be great. Imagine me as governor of California.
Would you consider a political career?
Yeah.
I mean, if
in
Arnold
my
Schwarzenegger
dreams-
can do it,
Yeah, in my dreams. Yeah, I would.
You can.
I'd love to do it. I'd love to be governor of California. I wouldn't want to be president of the United States, but I would love to be governor of California so I can go to, what's that place called? French Laundry and have my dinners there
Yeah.
and drink my wine. That guy, our governor, has wineries.
Yeah,
these guys-
yeah.
And they're
He's a wine man. Yeah.
and they're pretty good, but they're not as good as this.
Definitely not.
All right?
Yeah,
They're just not as good as this.
All right. Well, I think we should cut the cameras.
Yeah.
Enjoy our wine.
Thanks, Christian. Cheers. Thanks for doing
Cheers.
this.
Thank you, man.
We'll be back. Thank you guys for watching.
Yep. Appreciate it.
All right, let's go. Get out of here. Off to the strip joint. Let's start the bachelor party now.
Yeah. Let's get out of here.